Hey, yo, Roscoe,
Yo, Joe.
did you check out that Wonder Woman 1984 yet?
No, I did not. Um, well, fortunate for me and unfortunate for you, I suppose. I allowed you to be the giddy and the test subject on this one, bro. So, yes, yeah, laughing on up, but yeah, I let you do that, bro. That was all you. I heard the reviews, and you told me anyway that it was sucky, so I was just like, nah. It,
Well, I do want to review the movie, but there's a deeper, more sinister aspect to this movie that I want to talk about as well. You want to go in on this topic?
let's do it.
Let's do it. All right, so I checked out Wonder Woman 1984 on Christmas Day, and it took me like about 5 or 6 tries to get through the movie. Not because I was tired or anything or just super busy, it was just so boring. Like throughout the movie, it was like Wonder Woman was barely seen. The story was like all over the place. The bad guys were not compelling at all. I don't know. Did you even read about the reviews at all?
I did read through the reviews, and the reviews were just as uncompelling as it sounds like the viewing experience was. So, um, yeah, it didn't. There was nothing that jumped out at me, and I did happen to catch a few images of the movie, and yeah, I was not impressed with what I saw.
Yeah, when I first started watching it, the opening scene was like super compelling because it had Wonder Woman, little Diana Prince, you know, running through. And this will be a spoiler review, by the way. Little Diana Prince was running through, riding horses, shooting arrows. You know, they were in like some type of Olympic game to see who was a worthy warrior and stuff. It was
Right.
really cool the way they did the opening scene. And she cheated in one part of the race as she was trying to become a great warrior. And so there was a good like moral tale at the beginning, like trying to teach hopefully young girls and young boys too, not to lie, not to cheat, to earn what you get in life, as opposed to taking those shortcuts. But then it was like after that, the movie takes that sinister turn that I was talking about. I wanted to ask you, Roscoe, have you ever heard of that expression that women or girls are made of sugar and spice and everything nice?
I have heard of that expression. Yes, I have.
What's your take on that expression when it comes to what they call the fairer sex?
Well, my take on it, and first of all, I want to say that there are a lot of ladies out there who are nice ladies who have very welcoming presences, who
Yeah,
are pleasant people when
yeah,
it's all said and done.
yes,
But
nice ladies.
I'm
Yeah.
not talking about any of those ladies right now.
No, no, not those ladies.
What I'm talking about is, for me, my take is like a lot of the sour faces that we see. I call them the Sour Patch Kids. Um, they walk around with attitudes. They can go from 0 to 60 in no time. You know, and a lot of this stuff is at a fever pitch, bro. And so when I think of sugar and spice, I actually think of the opposite, because again, like I say all the time, we live in bizarro world, and everything that is supposed to be one way is totally the opposite way. So instead of having sugar and spice, we have a lot of what I call male energy that comes from a lot of these women. A lot of disrespectful attitudes. Again, like I said, just the most unwelcoming presences that you happen to see. And so that's one of the things that I want, any women who happen to watch this and run across this to kind of take from this is that, us as guys, we want to deal with women who are compromising at the end of the day. We want to compliment you. We want you to compliment us. We don't want you to bring a lot of bad juju and negative energy to the situation. And you got a lot of the fairer sex who have been given this sugar and spice title who really don't deserve it because they act like anything but. So that's kind of my take.
Interesting, because my take is this. The reason I bring this subject up is because at the beginning of Wonder Woman, like after the opening scene, there are these three girls. They're causing havoc. They're in a store. They're stealing. They actually steal a pair of sunglasses. I know, right? I agree 100%. They steal a pair of sunglasses. Then they run out into the streets and almost cause these cars to get into an accident. Right. Exactly. But it doesn't stop there. There's these guys that are driving, like a Trans Am or a Camaro or whatever the case may be. And they're speeding through the streets of Washington, D.C., where all that nonsense happens with the Trumpers.
Right.
But Wonder Woman, Diana Prince, proceeds to kick the car to cause it to not harm anyone, which she should have done, not taking anything away from her for doing that. But then those three little menaces, those three girls, they're continuing to rain terror through this neighborhood in D.C. They actually knock a bride over a banister or a railing from a bridge and almost kill her until Wonder Woman swoops in and saves her life. However, Wonder Woman does absolutely nothing to reprimand these three errand girls. Right. I agree with the audience. But it gets deeper, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure it does.
During the course of the movie, Wonder Woman makes a wish because there's like this artifact that allows you to make a wish. And she's lonely. She's a lonely woman. She misses her Steve Trevor. Oh, Steve, I miss you. I love you. I want to hug and kiss you. I wish you were here.
Oh, Steve.
Seen you since the war. So Steve's dead. But Wonder Woman, she does something. She makes a wish and wishes Steve back. But Steve doesn't come back as Steve in his own body, as his own entity. He actually inhabits the body of another living being. And Wonder Woman proceeds to see him and falls in love all over again. But here's the problem. The man of whose body which Steve inhabits sits up here and is still there in the physical flesh, but I guess his spirit is that of the Rogers character.
Or not Steve Rogers, but Steve, what's his last name? Because Steve Rogers would be Captain America.
Is that Captain America?
Yeah.
A lot of these superhero character dudes look alike to me.
Yeah. But we know what Steve you talking about though.
Whatever his name is, his body is being inhabited by Wonder Woman's dead lover.
Right.
And what makes matters worse is that she proceeds to sit up here and have naughty sex with him.
Mm. That good old S&M. That's Wonder. You know, she got all the equipment for a good S&M session. You know, she got the whips, she got the bracelets, all that. You know what I mean? She could do some damage in the bedroom.
Right. But the reason why I take issue with this is because you're right. It's not Steve Rogers. It's Steve Trevor.
Right.
The reason I take issue with this is because she's having sex with this man. This man hasn't given her consent to have sex with him. He's off in the sunken place somewhere. And at no point does Diana's morality kick in. Right.
Deserves food.
And so that's why I bring up this subject, because in my opinion, to just label every woman as sugar and spice and everything nice, that is standardized hypocrisy. The reason I say that is standardized hypocrisy is because we call women the fairer sex. So what does that make us as men? The unfairer sex? We're unfair? Like we're out here just cheating people left and right? Not to say that there aren't men who are cheating people left and right, but this is the thing about it. Women are just female versions of men. They're no better and no worse. But when you sit up here and elevate a little girl and raise her up to the point where she thinks she can do no wrong, and then you have these images played out on film, it adds to the bad behavior that we see that is very, very prevalent by a lot, not all, but a lot of women in today's society. Women lie like men, they cheat like men, they steal like men, they kill like men. There's a lot of women out here who are destroying their own households. They have a loving husband at home, a loving boyfriend who would probably do anything for them, but they make it a point to go about destroying that relationship by having an extramarital affair the same way that a man would. There's actually an article that I'll link in the description of the video that talks about how women are cheating just as much, if not more, than men are in this day and age. So with that bit of information, it's like, are women really, truly made of sugar and spice and everything nice? I'm sure there are some, but with the rise of infidelity on both sides of the aisle with both men and women, you're probably gonna run into more women who are made of snails and puppy dog tails than you are the ones that are made of sugar and spice. Did you want to add anything to this?
All I want to say is just to put a cherry on top of what you've already kind of iterated to, and that's just there's an accountability that should be for everybody, and I think that's the main takeaway that we want taken from this is everybody's got to be accountable. You know, there's consequences for your actions always, you know, man, woman, you know, child, whatever. So especially as a grown man or a woman, you know, you have to take responsibility and take on the consequences for whatever your actions are. So, and be accountable for those things. And that's one thing that a lot of women have, or either women themselves or society has allowed women to feel comfortable and not being accountable. You know, they can always just brush it off when, and I shouldn't say women as if I'm talking about all women, because I'm not. We just there's a certain sect who act this way, but yeah, they, you know, this sect is speaking loudly and loudly enough to make it seem like it's a lot. you know, and definitely through interactions. Yeah, it's like I said earlier, we see a lot of sour faces out here, you know, and so yeah, y'all wonder about the energy that y'all get, but that's part of accountability. If you give off a certain kind of energy, expect that same kind of energy. You know what I mean? So that's all it is. Be accountable, be welcoming, be pleasant. Please, women, we need that from you. Bring femininity back.
I agree. My takeaway from this subject is this. Let's get rid of the notion that all women are made of sugar and spice and everything nice. We're not talking about all women here. What I will say is that a hit dog will holler. The only reason I bring this up is because I'm a man and I love women, but I love the femininity of a woman. So as I go away, some traits that should be avoided if you're a man looking for a woman, avoid these traits in the woman that you're dealing with and allow time for them to manifest. Any woman that's narcissistic, arrogant, selfish, passive aggressive, jealous, paranoid, lazy, manipulative, self-centered, boring, rude, haughty, dominating, demanding, intolerant, self-righteous, ignorant, impulsive, stable, wasteful, reckless, irrational, stroppy, argumentative, bullying, vindictive, and more importantly, psychopathic. Please stay away from these women. Let them, go off into the pastures and die alone, a lonely death of obscurity. Please, brothers, don't put up with any of this nonsense. Know your worth. And any women out there, if you're dealing with a man that has these lack of qualities or traits, I should say, avoid them too. You should protect yourself too. If you're a good woman, protect yourself just as well. At any rate, I don't know it all. This is just my opinion. Did you have anything to add before we sign off, bro?
No, all I want to say is I want to tell everybody that the Warheads would like to thank y'all for the support we've been getting, and we just like for y'all to continue to, hit up the like button, share it, hit the bell, subscribe, do all that good stuff. And just keep on, supporting like y'all been, and we're going to keep on trying to do what we do for y'all. And that's pretty much it.
Warheads out. If y'all don't come back to watch our next broadcast, I'm going to use this plasma ball on y'all.
It's real, y'all.